show you my toys.
Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing you another action figure review. Today we're going to like the Neca San Diego Comic-Con exclusive sketched It. This is a black and white version of Pennywise, only available from the Neca store for San Diego Comic-Con. Now I must say, I really don't know why they made this figure. He never appeared black and white in the movie. This is almost like a sketch drawn version of him, but it's pretty cool for what it is. What it is, huh? So let's check out the packaging here. You can see we've got It movie logo, got the actual guy here. The package is actually textured. You probably can't see it on camera, but it's sort of ribbed and risen, all the different sketches here. The top, It, Pennywise there. The side, simply It and Neca. Other side, It, Neca again. On the bottom, we've got a barcode and a bunch of credits. And the back side, you can see Pennywise as he is black and white, holding his black and white balloon. He also comes with a color red balloon. And then here he is in a couple different poses. And the front of this box here, this is an Ultimate Window Box Neca packaging. It's got the Velcro and can open up. On the inside of the flap, you can see Pennywise holding his balloon. And the other side, you can see the actual figure with all of his contents. I see he comes with 2 heads, 2 balloons, and what appears to be a total of 3 hands. So, with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. He doesn't come with too much, but he comes with enough to not leave you with that feeling like you didn't get very much. So, here is the actual figure. Black and white sketch Pennywise. Pretty unique, kind of makes you wonder why would they make this. Kind of cool. He looks like he's a little bit darker on his right side here. You can see the line kind of going down the torso. You can really see it in his legs, his arms a little bit, and even his face. Speaking of his face, he has that creepy look to him, that grin. He's got black and white hair, considerably different than the previous It releases. I'm guessing he's a completely same sculpt as the previous released Neca figures. And you may wonder, why bother getting this guy if you don't even appreciate the black and white version? I've got all the Pennywise figures so far, so I'm all in, baby. Now this is the first San Diego Comic-Con I received from Neca this year. Next I'll be getting the Terminator and Turtle set. I already have tracking info moving. And then last will be the DC and Aliens and Predator 2-packs. Those are the ones I'm most excited for. And then here's the figure broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts. You can actually remove his other hand as well as his wrist area too, his forearms. But there's really nothing to swap him out to on this figure, so there's no point. It's just because he's the same mold as the other It, which would have some interchangeable parts there. So now let's look at his accessories. He does come with 2 different left hands. One of them is completely open, and one of them is designed to hold his balloons. And then here he is with his open hands at his side, kind of in a relaxed position. These are the default hands that he came with. They're probably going to be the default ones that I'm going to be using for this figure. And like I said before, even the parts that don't have to be removed for this figure can be removed. You can see I took off the other hand here. And his forearms are the same way as well. And then here he is with his alternate left hand. This hand is intended for use with his balloon. He has a little hole in his hand. He can hold the balloon. Either that, or he's just trying to get you to look at his hand making that gesture. And then of all of his hands, these 2 are probably going to be my default hands. But I'm going to go ahead and use the balloon hand until we're done with the accessories. Next, let's check out his heads. He does come with 2 of them. You can see the one on the right here. He's grinning, creepy, and the other one here is kind of frowning, a little bit more serious, menacing, also creepy. Here he is with his smiling head. This is the default head that came on the figure when you purchase it. And then here he is with this other more serious, stern face. Now I'm honestly not sure which head is creepier. They're both completely creepy in their own different ways. But this one's definitely my default head for this figure. And then these are the balloons that he came with. We've gotten the red balloon a couple different times from some Pennywise releases. It's the first time we've gotten a gray sketch balloon. Looks pretty cool. You can see the stitching and sketching on it. The balloon also has a large wire as the string, so if you want to bend it in different directions, it will stay exactly how you put it. So here he is holding his gray sketched balloon. Now I would highly recommend trying to stretch out this little hole between his fingers before putting the balloon in there. I didn't do that. I tried to slip this balloon in there and it started to peel back where the wire is and the plastic part coming up, the wire sticking out. I remember this being an issue with the first Pennywise that I got. Not really a big deal, but it can mess this up if you force it in too hard. Not only that, but you have to wrap it around his finger at least one time to be able to keep it to hold the pose you want without it just falling over. Can be a little bit of a chore. And then here he is holding his red balloon, a little bit more dramatic. The color contrast with the red compared to the black, gray, and white sketch colors really draws a lot of focus to the balloon. Pretty cool to put with him. And then here are all the different Neca Pennywise balloons that you would have if you've gotten all the Pennywise releases up to this point. And there's still another It figure that comes out any day now. This is the second Curry Pennywise that they're making, and that should conclude all the It figures so far until Chapter 2. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at his accessories, next let's check out the height of this figure. This is a Neca figure. They're typically the 7-inch scale. So this guy here, from bottom to top, looks like he's sitting at just a hair above 7.5 inches. Next, let's check out this guy's articulation, and it should be no surprise, it's going to be the same as all the other Pennywise figures that they've released. So let's start with his head. Of course, it can go around, can look up and down about that far, kind of turn, rotate a little bit. His shoulders, they can go out about that far, definitely not 90 degrees. They're obstructed by this ruffly stuff. His sculpt here, of course, they're on a ball joint, then go up, down, around. He's got a bicep cut right here. He's got double jointed elbows. They've got a piece in the middle here between each joint, so the back joint can go forward, as well as the front joint. See, the back one's a little bit stuck on this guy. His wrist, of course, can go around. Wouldn't really say it's hinged, I don't believe. No, it's just kind of on a ball joint. So he's got no ab crunch. He's got a ball, I believe, down here where his waist articulation would be. Can move around, can also look forward and back. Give him a limited but acceptable range of motion there. His legs, hips go out about that far. They could go further, but he's obstructed by his sculpt again. Forward about that far, back really not too much. He's got double joint knees, constructed very similarly to the elbows. Bottom part can go back about that far. Then you got the top part going back about that far as well. Then his foot here, it can completely tilt and rock, which is nice. Go up, down as well. No side to side though, just rocking. Next, let's check him out compared to some other action figures, starting with some other It figures. And then here is Sketch Pennywise compared with the It remake Pennywise, the original first one that Neca released. And then here he is next to the GameStop exclusive Blooded Up version. And then here he is next to the Well House version. And then here he is next to the accessory set version of Pennywise. And then here he is next to the Dancing Clown version of Pennywise. And then here he is next to the Tim Curry Pennywise from the 1990 film. And then here he is next to all the different Pennywise figures that I've gotten, and all of them that they've released so far. There is a Tim Curry Ultimate Version 2.0 that's coming out on July 29th, just around the corner. And in case you were curious, here is the Sketch Pennywise head on the shoulder from the accessory set in the sewer. And then speaking of heads, here are all of the different Pennywise heads I've accumulated through all the different various releases. There are now a combined total of 20 of them, with a couple more coming with the next Curry Pennywise. And then here's a closer shot of all the different Pennywise heads. The first 3 are from the original release. The next 2 are from the bloodied GameStop version. The next 4 are from the Wellhouse version. The next 1 is from the accessory set. The next 4 is from the Dancing Clown version. The next 2 are from the sketch version. And the last 4 are from the Tim Curry version. So overall, this is a solid figure, but it seems like a completely unnecessary figure. Not only was Pennywise not sketched or black and white in the film at all, kind of a cool concept thing, but we've had so many Pennywise figures that it really detracts from the awesomeness of this guy. If he was like the second Pennywise, he'd be a lot cooler than he is now. If I were to rate this figure, I'd probably give it a 5.5 out of 10. Not because it's a bad figure in itself, but because it really doesn't do too much for me. We've got so many different Pennywises, and this is just kind of like, eh. If you have any of the other Pennywise figures, you're going to know exactly what you're going to get with this guy. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.